Hi Aquarius, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sharing, for commenting. I read all the comments. I really enjoy the feedback. And I hope you're enjoying these videos. And also, if for those who've ordered readings, thank you for your support. I've enjoyed working with all of you guys. And if there's anyone new watching, welcome. I hope you enjoy these videos. And let's see what's coming up for March for Aquarius. We have a new moon in Pisces on March 6th. And on that same day, Uranus moves into Taurus. And that's a 7-year cycle, a start of a new 7-year cycle. And Mercury goes retrograde the day before on the 5th. So we have 3 weeks of crazy Mercury, March madness. So don't buy any high-tech items this month. Wait till April. So if you're thinking of getting a new stereo or a new TV or buying a car, just hold off. And then we have a full moon in Pisces on the 20th, and that's at the same time, no, what am I saying? Full moon in Libra on the 20th, and that's the same time as the vernal equinox. So even though it's a full moon and it usually represents an ending, it's happening at the same time as this new beginning. It's 0 degrees Libra, and it's at the same time as the Aries, spring. The 0 point that marks the spring equinox, the 0 point of Aries. So powerful new beginnings. We're changing seasons. Things are changing signs. When any planet is at a 0 degree, it's ushering in a new cycle. It's the start of a new cycle. The 29th degree is, there are critical degrees in astrology. The 29th degree is the ending of a cycle. It's very karmic. It's like you're finishing up. You've learned your lesson. You're ready to wipe the slate clean. You're preparing for the next stage. And that happens at the 0 degree. So we've had 3 moons at 0 degree since the beginning of the year. So it's really, the universe is telling us it's time. It's time to step up to the plate and move into a new cycle, move into some new energy. Break free of the past. Break free of your past conditioning. Finish up those old karma. Get closure. It's time to to move. It's time. So, step up into the 21st century. So let's see what the cards have to say for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of March? And anything else that might be important? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships? And anything else that might be important for them to hear? Any messages? Any special advice? What does Aquarius need to know for March? What's coming up? Okay. The Temperance card. The King of Pentacles. The 3 of Cups. The 6 of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Ah, interesting. The 9 of Swords. And the Hermit. Okay, so the Temperance card. This is a card of balance. This is the card of, it represents the Archangel Michael. It also represents the alchemist. It's about balancing opposing energies, balancing of opposites, finding the middle ground, finding the sweet spot, you know, because you might be dealing with someone that's very different from you. You have different energies. You're compatible, but you're very different at the same time. And so you need that space in between you. You can't be merged together, but you can blend your energies. You can meet each other halfway. So you're going to have to learn how to see things from another person's perspective to create better harmony in a relationship. Because this is a card of compromise, learning to see things from the other person's point of view, not being rigid and, you know, wanting everything your way. And you might be dealing with an earth sign, because you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So the person that you're involved with, like you're an air sign, right? Aquarius. So you're dealing with someone who's very different than you. And it's kind of confusing sometimes. I mean, a lot of times, you know, they say, you know, certain signs are more compatible than others. Like if you're an air sign and you're dating an air sign, you know, you have a lot in common, but that can be boring. You know, it's like, yeah, everything's working great and I'm falling asleep every night, you know. And then you find when you meet someone that's very different, you might butt heads, but it's exciting, you know. So you might be dealing with someone where you're butting heads, but you find it exciting because they're so different. They intrigue you. Because Aquarians they don't like traditional things. They like things that are that are unique and original and out of the ordinary. So when you come across an earth sign, that's like a foreign, like an alien from another planet to you, you know? And sometimes you appear that way to others because people don't understand Aquarians. Because you're so far ahead, you're so futuristic, you're so visionary. People are not ready for, they can't grasp what you know and what you see. So I feel like you have the potential, though, to connect with someone that could be a pretty good match. You just have to get your mind out of the way because you're worried. You worry a lot. Oh my God, the Nine of Swords, you're so worried. Your mind is constantly going. It's almost like your mind won't let you rest enough to connect with someone. So the Three of Cups is in the past. You have a lot of support. You have a good group of people around you, friends that want to see you happy. As a matter of fact, Aquarians are more comfortable in the realm of friendship than they are in the realm of love. Like, love is too, you know, when you think about love, you think it's too suffocating. But friendship is light. You like to keep things light and airy. You don't want to get too deep because you just don't want to be tied down. You know, you value your freedom. So you could have like an entourage. Sometimes Aquarians like to have a lot of people around them, but they don't want to commit to anything. The Six of Pentacles. So there could be a little bit of triangulation going on with the Three of Cups sometimes, but yet the threes also represent birth and celebration. So you could be going to parties, you could be meeting people. Out of the group, you could be connecting with someone very special, if you will allow it to happen. Now, in the past, you might have been involved in a relationship, because the Six of Pentacles is here, where there was an imbalance in the give and take. One of you was giving more than the other. And that's kind of starting to fade, but it's still kind of influencing your life and your choices. So maybe you have to either learn how to give more or give less, depending on which side of the equation you're on. So if you're the person who's been giving a lot to partners and you're not getting enough back, you need to balance the scales. You need to maybe give a little less or demand a little more. And if you're on the other side where you're just taking, it's time for you to step up to the plate and start reciprocating. So you have the Ten of Wands here coming up in the future, and that's a card of carrying some heavy burdens. So you might have been overwhelmed with work, You've got a lot on your plate. And you're just thinking like, I've got to put I want to put this burden down. Why, you're working really hard towards a goal. And you have the Seven of Pentacles here saying, okay, I planted all these seeds. I put in all this work. Am I ever going to see anything from it? What's going to be the result? What's the outcome of all this work I'm putting in? With the King of Pentacles here, you might even be thinking about starting your own business. Or buying property. Maybe you're saving money. You're trying to earn enough money to buy some property. Because this could be a real estate person. Like you might be either buying or selling land. Or working on your own property. Trying to raise money to make repairs. If it's a romantic partner, the King of Pentacles, it could be a Capricorn, Taurus, maybe a Virgo. But I feel like this person, they're very stable, very secure. They love their family. They love money and possessions are important to them because it makes them feel safe. So they work really hard for the money. And they work hard for their security. They want to have a nice house. Makes them feel like they've accomplished something. And they care very much about family. They want to provide for their families. So you could be dealing with someone like that. And it could be a very compatible partnership. But this person's a little bit more conservative and a little bit more down to earth. Not as exciting as some other partners you might have been involved with in the past. But the good thing about the King of Pentacles is they're very stable. They'll be there for you. They're very loyal. Earth signs are very loyal and very stable. And especially the King of Pentacles. This person, when they commit, they commit. They're not players. So you have the potential to partner with someone that could be very stable. That could bring you some stable love, some, security in a relationship. And the Ace of Pentacles is here. This is a card of success, financial achievement, creating something tangible. Like if you have a goal or a dream and you want to achieve something, the Ace of Pentacles is saying, yeah, this is a big yes. You can do it. The only issue is it's in your negative thinking sector. So why are you doubting that you could achieve your goal? So there could be a job on the horizon that's coming up, that's being offered to you. It may come with more responsibility, but it's going to bring in more money. So don't think that your work is in vain, because the Ace of Pentacles is telling you that you are going to achieve something. It may take a while, because that, as a time card, the Ace of Pentacles represents the months of December, January, February. So this could take till the end of the year before you see the reward for everything that you've invested. The Queen of Pentacles. This is someone in your environment. You might be working with an earth sign. Or you're either in a relationship, a love relationship with someone who's an earth sign. And this person values material things. The Queen of Pentacles is a little bit materialistic. They like good, nice things. They like to buy clothes and jewelry and, that just decorate their houses. And they're very talented, but sometimes they doubt their abilities. But they know how to live well. They like good food. They like good friends. They like to be surrounded by art and, expensive things. They love. So that might be a little different than what you're used to, because Aquarius, your mind is on other things. You're not really that materialistic. But when this Queen of Pentacles offers love, it's you can take that. It's like money in the bank. They don't profess their love to just anybody. So if there's someone out there who's an earth sign, who's loving on you, you're very fortunate. The only thing I see here is these last two cards, the Nine of Swords and the Hermit. You are making yourself crazy with worry. It's like you don't want to accept this good fortune. You don't want to accept this relationship. you keep looking for reasons why something is going to not work. The Nine of Swords is like worry, sitting up at night, mind racing, you can't sleep. Maybe you're wondering, is this relationship right for me? Is this the right relationship for me? What do I need? You know, you want, on the one hand, you want security, you want stability, you want to know that someone is there for you. You know, you don't want to just date randomly. You want somebody that, you know, a partner. But you're not sure if this person's right for you. You have the Hermit here. You're trying to decide. You're trying to make a decision. You know, what do I need? What's right for me? Is this relationship right for me? I feel, you know, usually when the King and the Queen of the same suit come up in a reading, it usually means that two people are very compatible. So you do have someone in your life that you could have a good relationship with. You have that potential. But you have to let your worries, you have to stop the monkey mind and stop imagining worst case scenarios. And don't let the past interfere with the future. Learn from the past, yeah. Learn your lessons. If you've made mistakes in the past, learn lessons. But don't punish the current person for the sins of the past lover. Because this is a new person. This is different. You might have been hurt in the past. Maybe there was infidelity. Maybe you were involved with a player. But this time, this person's more solid. What they're offering you is stability and security. They may not be as exciting as the player, but it's a different type of love. It's a calmer love. It's a more enduring love. It's kind of like, you know, putting an oak on the fire as opposed to burning up a bunch of hay, you know. It's going to last. It's going to last a long time. So with the Hermit, you have a lot of thinking to do. And you may be taking some time out to think, where do I want this relationship to go? Is this right for me? I mean, there is potential if you're interested, and if you choose this relationship, the potential is there to have a beautiful connection. But it's going to involve compromise, and it's going to involve meeting each other halfway. It's going to involve, you know, giving more, not just expecting to receive. And it's going to involve learning to see things from another person's perspective. You know, you can't always, you have to kind of enlarge your worldview to incorporate someone else's stance, someone else's perspective, someone else's needs. So if you've lived alone for a long time, that could be hard. You know, you're set in your ways, and you're used to your routine, and it's hard to bring someone new into that because you have to adjust to a new routine. But you can do it. But you may be taking time out. So, and with the Hermit, the other thing with the Hermit is, if there's someone that you may need to go to someone and talk it over and get another person's perspective, you know, because maybe your vision is clouded with worry and confusion. Especially now, March, with Mercury and Neptune coming together, you're not thinking clearly. So don't make any major decisions in March. Give it some time. Think about what you want to do. Think about where you're going and what you need. And wait till Mercury goes direct before you decide anything. Because things are in the process of change. So, let's see what the astrology says for Aquarius. So this new moon in Pisces is happening in your second house. So that could bring money. It could bring changes in the way you view yourself, your self-esteem, changes in the things that you value. And with Neptune so close to this new moon, if you're about to sign a contract, and especially Mercury, if you're going to sign a contract that involves money, so anything that if you're selling a house or something, or you're selling property, or it's some kind of transaction, you want to read the fine print. You want to be careful that you know what you're getting, that you're getting paid what you're worth, that you're being compensated properly. So especially if you're starting a new job, make sure you communicate clearly with the other party so that they're not, get everything in writing. Uranus is going through your 4th house, so you might even be moving. You know, when Uranus goes to the 4th house, you may want to change your residence. You may feel like, I've been living in the same place for too many years and I need a fresh start. So you could be dealing with real estate issues. And again, be careful in March. If you can postpone things until April, I would wait till April to sign any contracts. I mean, you could do all the background work, you could do all your research in March, get all your ducks in a row, get your price quotes, whatever, if you're going to do construction on your house. But don't sign on the dotted line till April if you can. Pluto and Saturn are going to your 12th house. This is a very heavy time of clearing. You need to clear out the past. You have a lot of baggage from the past that needs to go, because you're getting ready for a new cycle. And before you can have a new beginning, you have to have an ending. You know, you have to get rid of the old baggage. I mean, you can't, you know, if you have a closet that's filled with clothes and you bring home new clothes, you're not going to get it in the closet. You got to take out get rid of the old clothes that are worn out and don't fit anymore, and you're holding on to them for whatever reason. You know, you got to clear. Feng Shui. So get rid of the baggage. Get rid of whatever's no longer serving you. If you've got a basement full of boxes you haven't opened up in years, get rid of it all. Just clear it out. Open the windows. Let fresh air come in. This is a time of clearing for you, and a time of soul searching. And it's a good time, especially with Pluto and Saturn in the 12th, to go for counseling. Get at those cobwebs in your unconscious. Clear them all out. So that when these planets eventually move into the 1st house, especially Saturn will get there first, you'll be ready to hit the ground running. Because you'll have cleared all that baggage. You won't be carrying 50 pounds of heartache from past relationships or past family conflicts, you know. Just get rid of it. Confront it, release it, come to terms with it, learn from it, and move on. Now, the full moon in Libra happens in your 9th house. So that could involve travel, higher education, some type of communication project. You might be finishing something at this time. So if you've gone back to school, you might be finishing a training program, or you might enroll in a training program. The sun is in your 3rd house, so you might be getting out and socializing more by the end of the month. Venus, where's Venus? Venus is in your 1st house at the end. When Venus moves into Aquarius, you're going to be looking good. You're going to be attracting love. And then you've got Mars in the 4th. So you might be... Mars is where your energy lies. So with Mars, the energy is either you're fighting or you're doing something else with your energy. You have to release the energy. So you can release it by exercising. You can release it by doing physical labor. You could release it by having sex. Mars is also the planet of sex. Sex and aggression and ambition. So the energy has to come out. If you're not having sex and you're not having exercise and you're not doing something physical, then you're going to be fighting. So you don't want to fight. Work on your house. Do some deep cleaning, especially with Mercury retrograde. It's a perfect time to clean and clear out and go through old papers and, you know, use that in the home. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting in the home when Mars goes through the 4th house. So you could be spending your energy redecorating, you know, painting, clearing out, you know, old closets, the basement, getting rid of junk. That's the perfect way to spend March. So in the meantime, you have the potential of the Ace of Pentacles. This is something, you can create something real and that's actually tangible. You can have a tangible relationship. You can have money. You can have a career that pays you a good salary. You could have a lot of the things that you've been working toward. Just get your mind out of the way. Get your worries out of the way. Get your baggage out of the way. And claim this happiness. And if you need help to make a decision, the Hermit, people are there for you. Don't isolate yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I have to do this by myself. I have to do this alone. I can't tell anyone about it. I can't talk to anyone about it. No, you have friends. Friends are here to support you. And but you have to reach out to them. They don't know you need help if you don't speak up. And there's no shame in speaking up and saying, hey, I need your opinion. I need your help. People love to help others. That's what life's all about. That's what brings joy in our life. So don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, or advice, and to help you overcome these worries, whatever's on your mind. And that way you can finish out the year with the Ace of Pentacles, which is the card of money, new beginnings in maybe career or relationship, new security, putting your burdens down, planting some seeds, and watching them grow by the end of the year. So it all starts in March, and the first step is clearing out the old. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Aquarius. If you'd like a personal reading, you could just check the link in the description box, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, have a wonderful March, and I will see you again next month. Okay, bye now.